Hey guys, this is Kristen Lai with Movie Pilot, and I'm here with ANYA TAYLOR JOY and Kate Mara, and we're here talking about their upcoming movie, Morgan, which I saw last night, and it was really good. And pretty crazy. Did it feel crazy filming it?
It felt intense.
Yeah, it was an exciting, it was definitely an exciting film, I think, because especially the action part of it, which did take a lot of time for us training, and then when we actually shot it, it was a few weeks of shooting, and that to me was the most exciting part of the shoot, for sure.
Yeah, I was actually surprised by how much action was in the movie, because it's really suspense kind of thriller, but there's a ton of action. What did you guys do to prepare for that stunt work-wise?
Well, we trained for 2 weeks prior to, anything, and then kind of as we were doing the film, anytime that we weren't kind of in front of the camera, we just kept going over and over and over the stunt choreography. And so when we actually got to doing it, Luke was great because we did it at the very, very end, and we sort of felt ready. It was time to do it.
And then at that point, you really wanted to fight it out because it was so exhausting.
Yeah.
Did you have one move or anything that was your favorite that felt really badass? You guys both played really badass characters.
Do you have a favorite move?
I didn't have a favorite move. No, I mean, anytime we were in sync and did something
it just felt good.
Yeah, totally.
I really like the second kick to your head. The pulley.
I really loved when my character attempted to drown you.
Was there any time where it felt almost like these stunts are too real and you're like, oh, I almost got injured, or didn't always feel very safe?
I mean, there was always a sense of danger, but that's only because we are actually fighting
each other
and attempting not to hit each other. So there's a lot of trust involved.
Exactly. I think once you get to know each other's, bodies, and you know how long everyone's arms are and everything like that, you can kind of you can let loose a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely. You can kind of hold them back and say not too far. So we already talked about this is a really intense movie. This is your second big film after The Witch, and you've also played a lot of really serious, suspenseful roles. Is there something that draws you to these roles?
I mean, for me, it's never kind of a conscious choice of what I'm doing or anything like that. It's just about character and script, and I'm very instinctual. And the second that I just sort of feel oh wow, this has really captured me in a way that something else hasn't, or I could actually, I feel like I could tell this character's story right. That's just what it's about. What about you?
I would say anything that moves me or excites me about a script. I mean, I'm not necessarily looking for something super serious or super dramatic. This one, I was just reading it, I was so excited too. The action stuff really excited me in this one, for sure.
Very cool. And as a viewer, as a movie goer, what's your favorite kind of genre?
I like everything, but I always sort of go back to romantic dramas, anything super dramatic,
super sappy.
Yeah. Anything I can watch over the long weekend? Any recommendations for my Netflix queue to get going?
What was it that you were watching the whole time when we were doing Morgan?
Oh God.
There was something that you were like, oh my God, Annie, you don't know what this is, but it's amazing. It was some kind of reality show.
Reality television is a little different than
epic drama.
Yeah, but if you want some reality TV recommendations, I am the person to speak to. Would you like some?
Yeah, sure. What do you have on?
Real Housewives of New York is amazing. It's so good.
So is this at the end of the day you kind of come out and you're just I just need to unwind, and you can kind of just turn it on and just get sucked into it?
Well, you start off going, I want to unwind, and then I'm so sort of in it,
and then you get wound up, right?
Yeah,
and then you're a part of the story.
I really care about what Dorinda thinks. She's a character on The Housewives.
I don't know you. What do you like to go watch?
I love coming of age. I love coming of age movies. It's sort of anything that's got kind of a very clear arc of, at the beginning you start off as one thing, and then things happen, and you turn into something else. I love Stand By Me. That's my favorite movie. So anything like that.
That's good. Yeah. So both of your characters are fairly stoic. I don't want to give anything away because there's a lot to give away in Morgan, but was it difficult acting with such restraint?
I think that was more you.
Because our characters they obviously have similarities, but they are very different in certain ways. my character is very trained to be unemotional and as sort of focused as she can be in order to do a good job. So it was, because as an actor you tend to act more vulnerable and more emotional, because that's kind of what our job entails. But this was kind of going against all of those things you've been taught.
Yeah.
And I mean, Morgan was Morgan just feels so much, you know, every emotion that she has, she just kind of feels that to a complete utter level, whilst I think, you know, Lee's more calibrated and, you know, she's more under here, whilst Morgan's just kind of out there. She's just feeling every emotion very, very intensely.
And Morgan's kind of feeling a lot of things for the first time.
For the first time, yeah.
What was that like? Did you have to go back to like a blank slate as a human and try to work that way backwards?
I didn't really think about it that way. My characters are very real to me, and so I just thought of it as like spending time with Morgan and thinking about, wow, what must it be like to be so young and yet so powerful at the same time, and experiencing everything for the first time. So I just tried to look at everything with fresh eyes, I guess.
Very cool. So now we're going to turn it over to some YouTube. Oops.
YouTube.
Facebook Live comments. Casual accidental plug
To the people
for
on the phone.
YouTube. Anyway. Oh man. Can't backtrack from that because we're live. So
This is
anyway.
the first live thing I've ever done, so I'm like, whoa.
Oh, and it's off to a banging start, and now I'm feeling
Amazing.
sweaty and nervous, so
Amazing.
we're fine.
You're good.
Ender Soda wants to know, how do you immerse yourselves in the roles that you play? It's kind of broad, but
Yeah.
Miss
well,
Mara?
That's just kind of the part. That's part of acting, right? That's part of the job. I mean, for this specifically, I guess I did tend to try and keep myself relatively secluded from the cast, specifically Anya. Although I was supposed to be like, I wasn't really supposed to be interacting with any of the characters that much. But I liked the sort of the thought of our characters sort of having this fascination with each other and not knowing each other very well, and always sort of like everything's a surprise. So we spent a lot of time together training and such, but otherwise we kind of only really met up on set most of the time.
Yeah. And I think it's just part of our job. It's like or at least for me, you just get into the headspace, and so because my characters are real for me, I just spent a lot of time kind of with Morgan, if that makes sense, or it makes me sound crazy. But yeah, no, it's just like sort of just spending time with her.
Joseph. Hi guys. How are you all?
Thank you for asking, Joseph.
I feel like no one asks. How you guys doing?
That's very sweet. I feel really good. My dogs are in the other room. We were just cuddling, so I feel kind of peaceful.
Good.
How do you feel?
I like peaceful. I feel very happy to be here and to be promoting the movie, but also excessively jet lagged because I came in from Barcelona yesterday at 4 a.m.
Honestly, we're getting a lot of comments of people saying they can't wait for the movie and that you're both gorgeous.
Well, that's
Thank
very
you.
kind.
So
That's really sweet.
While we wait for more questions to load, even though I'm sure like they'll never get tired of hearing that because you guys are. But do you guys want to tell us a little bit about the movie without giving too much away? Do you guys have a response for that? Because the big question is, what is Morgan? So
What is Morgan?
Well, we don't want to tell you what Morgan is.
Yeah, what
otherwise
is
you don't have to
Morgan?
see the movie. But what do we want to say about it? This is live. Don't forget.
Yeah, okay, live. Focus. It is about a very cool lady, Lee, that comes to this. You're super cool.
Thanks.
You got it. That comes to kind of like this lab and tries to determine whether or not to terminate, and is it like a synthetic human sort of thing?
Who, you?
Yeah.
Yes.
I should know
Yeah, I
that.
would say that, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This being.
This being.
Yeah.
This being. So, yeah. Pretty much.
I have one from JC Tiller for Kate. Do you enjoy doing movies or acting more in a series like Netflix better?
Well, it's all really similar. There isn't a massive difference anymore in doing television and doing film. So really wherever, the exciting filmmakers are or the great roles are, I'm happy to do both.
Good. Would you do a series after this, or are you just sticking straight to movies?
I don't think about it that way. It completely is just about the character and the script. It's, it doesn't really make a difference the genre or the kind of way that, it's shown.
That's weird, because I'm thinking about it all the time. I'm like, when can I see this girl in another movie? Because you're so good.
Oh, that's really sweet. I've got like 5 coming out in the next year and a half, so.
Oh my gosh, so how has this felt? Like, it's been like a big career trajectory for you.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of crazy. I came straight off of The Witch, and then I went straight to Morgan, and then straight after Morgan, just everything hit off, and I've now done 1, 2, 3, 4.
She's an underachiever, folks.
I've just done 4 back-to-back, and I'm currently shooting one in Barcelona.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
It's been intense, but really good fun.
That's incredible. I haven't unloaded my dishwasher in like weeks. I've been like, kind of like slowly pulling out dishes. So, Christian Inez wants to know, when you were in Barcelona, did you see any football games there?
Not yet, because I only got there on Saturday, and I spent 1 day, and it was, in the studio, and then I had to come over here. But I'm loving Barcelona. It's been so nice to be in Spain, and my first language is Spanish, and so it's so wonderful to kind of go home and like just speak my native language essentially. But I'm loving it. It's so much fun.
If you guys had to describe Morgan in 3 words, what would you say? That's from Derek.
I'm gonna let you. That's your character. I'm gonna let you describe her.
And then
her.
I
called it a her.
Thank you.
I usually say
She
it.
says it all the time, and it really hurts my feelings. No, I think Morgan is curious. One's kind of hard. Instinctual. Yeah.
Well said.
Thank you.
Do you have anything on Lee? Do you want to speak to 3 words on her character?
She's calculated, trained, and cold.
Kenneth Wayne wants to know, what's your favorite cereal?
Well, I don't eat it anymore, but Cinnamon Toast Crunch used to be my favorite cereal.
Oh, CT Crunch.
Yep.
It's a good one.
Yeah, and I haven't eaten cereal in a long time, but when we used to come over to America from Argentina, I'd immediately go and get Fruit Loops and Lucky Charms.
Oh, and yeah.
Let's end it there.
Yeah, let's end
it.
Lucky
Cereal
Charms.
Charms.
Yeah, why not? So
that's the message we want to give to the world.
Yeah, YouTube and Lucky Charms, and also Facebook Live and Morgan. So
yeah, Morgan.
Yeah, guys, this has been Kate Mara, and this is ANYA Taylor Joy. I'm just like so flustered now, and I'm a nobody.
Oh.
I'm Kristen Lai, and this has been Movie Pilot. Go see Morgan out on September 2nd. Bye.